out of one new phone and it's slightly different. So, okay. So just to kind of recap off what we did last week, we're going to build on this where somebody's pulled you in. Then we're going to move on to doing the pressure pass. Okay. And then if we've got time, we're going to look at working a bit of guard stuff from underneath. So again, finding the corners of the lapel. Twist, push it in. Palm heel look, pushing in kind of that way. Using the belt if it's there to lodge in, push the belt knot into the solar plexus. This arm I'm keeping out of the way. One, I can defend grips. Two, I'm not letting it pull my arm away from my body because I'm going to need this. So from this position then, arm comes back, I bring my wrist into my side and I turn my hand out. So I'm immediately defending any chance of this leg coming up, looking for the high guard or triangle. Okay? And I want to physically wedge this in. Okay? Grab the material. And then, kind of went over this a little bit yesterday. Got to take consideration for people's attributes. If you've got somebody with a longer body, you're not going to be able to get immediate pressure on the hip. You're going to have to change your position slightly to be able to drive that in without risking coming forward. So at this point here, before I start applying any real pressure, this is pinning him down, this is found the spot, but I'm not driving too much on it yet. The drive will come on this arm when I take this knee out. So when I do that, see how Rob tilts a little bit as I lean slightly. Okay? So that allows me now to push this in, and because his hips are turned, that's a harder job now to get this round up here for a high guard or a triangle. Okay? So that pressure's in. The next bit, keeping your head up, even arching your back as you take this leg out. So see my posture there, I'm not doing this to accommodate my leg going backwards, here. And I might even adjust my position, so as I come in, the knee goes out again, look, and I relax down as I wriggle. Okay, so that's the break. This position here, my elbows are still down, so if there is a threat of a triangle, I can have both arms in or both arms out. But this position as well will make it awkward for a person to pull a high guard anyway. If Rob throws his legs up from here, I'm just going to flare my elbows. Pull this elbow in slightly, so I'm not at risk of getting arm barred. And I can start and step through. This is where we're going to move to, looking at the pressure pass. Okay? I just want to recap this, just fine tune some of these points. We're going to have about 5 minutes where you'll switch with your partner, so you both have a couple of goes and then we're going to get on. So again, this. I pull these to start with, I want to pull the material through as much as I can if the belt's on. And even if it isn't, I want to be able to, when I grip this, to push it in. I'm not using the belt so much now, look, this is a bit loose. But I pull that tight enough where it grips around the body, under where the ribs are, to pin that in. Okay, again, this hand's back, look. I can defend with it here. If Rob tries to sit up for a grip, pin him, keep his hands off, and I've already gone to the position. So as I push that through, I've moved the leg all in one there. Because I'm not going to hang around. If I don't get the pressure on, and he pulls me in, I'm going to be fighting to get this wedge in. But even from here, if he pulls me in, I can then do what we're going to do next, this one from down low. Okay? So the knees out. Look how he's slightly tilted. That's what you want. And your partner should tell you feedback. I'm trying to find his hip with the palm of my heel to pin him. Knee goes out. I can take this leg back even if I've got to walk it round. See how I switch again? Look at that base, Rob's guard gone. I felt it there. Okay? So this is what I want you to, I need you to recognise this guard breaking. Because to touch on this subject, and we'll look at this a bit later on. We might do a couple of reversals where the aim is, when you come over, is to occupy guard space. So that your partner, you don't roll over, bridge somebody off and get straight into the guard. Okay? So feeling that go is important. The pass then adds into it and then you'll blend it, it'll be one thing. But a lot of people try and rush to get past when they're not clear, but the guard's not gone enough. Okay? 5 minutes then guys please, and then we're going to move on.